So I've actually moved back to Sydney. I really did not think that collaborating with the bakery would be on my bingo card for 2025. It looks like this.
You don't understand how stressful this was.
Guys, I know that I owe you an apology. I have missed about a month or two of YouTube content, but I promise I have a good reason for that. So I've actually moved back to Sydney permanently for the foreseeable future. Sydney is originally where I was from, and I've spent the past 2 years living in Melbourne with my sister and my fiance. But it is the end of an era. The time has come to move closer to family. I think getting older, you start to really realize what's important in life. We're running on borrowed time. Every time I would go up to Sydney and visit, I'd see my parents moving a bit slower and not being able to do certain things, and it broke my heart just not being there when my dad would need help. It's really nice knowing that my family is so close by again. That said, I am currently in Melbourne for a few clients, one of them being a collaboration with OCAB Bakery. I really did not think that collaborating with the bakery would be on my bingo card for 2025, but here we are. So this morning I will be heading over to their Yarraville location to try the final product. I was in the Moonee location a few months ago, and Human, the owner of OCAB, came up and asked me if I would be open to a collaboration. And when I tell you, I immediately said yes. In fact, I already knew exactly what the item would be. It would either be a cinnamon croissant or a biscoff babka, and they decided to go ahead with the biscoff babka. So I'm running a little bit late now. I'm gonna head off to their Yarraville location today for a bit of a media day to try the biscoff babka that they've created and just give some feedback, create some content. And then later today, I've got a shoot with one of my retainer clients. So it's a bit of a busy day today, but I will be taking you along for as much of it as I can. Let's go. Okay, so here is the fit. I've just gone with some black COS pants. I actually don't know where this vest is from. I think it might be thrifted. And then I'll chuck on this leather jacket. I will catch you guys at OCAB. That's so good. I'm just about to try the biscoff babka that we've collaborated on, and I am so excited.
So I find that it's getting too sweet, so I cut down back the sugar.
Yeah. I think what tops it off though is the fact that it's warm. So if you guys come through at around 7 a.m. to either the Moonee or Yarraville location, from June 1st, you can get your own biscoff babka loaf. Guys, I'm home and I've got the goods. Oh, we're in for a treat. That was actually so much fun. I sometimes get a bit nervous with these things because I know you're not going to believe me, but it actually is still a bit of a nerve-wracking thing for me, but it went so well and everyone was really lovely and warm. On to the good stuff. So the babka itself is incredible. They nailed it. If you don't know what babka is, it's essentially pull-apart bread that's woven into each other, and through all the layers is cinnamon and butter, and in this particular one they've put biscoff, and then on the top they've put crunchy biscoff crumbs, and then they've done a drizzle of smooth melted biscoff. And oh my gosh, when I got there, they were just taking it out of the oven, and it was warm when I got to try it. So it looks like this. It's got cinnamon and biscoff interlaced into it. And then on the top is just like the crumbs, as you can see. And you're meant to eat it like pull-apart bread, like you just dig your hands in. And I think that the way that they're selling it will be in loaf form, and it will only be available from the month of June. So if you miss out, you miss out, that's it. Their locations are in Moonee and Yarraville, and you don't want to miss this one. I would recommend going at around 7 a.m. when they open, because then you get the babka like really warm and with the biscoff melting all over it. When you're into the gym and like fitness, you start to really value your cheat meals. There was a point when I got to Melbourne when I stopped trying out a whole bunch of new bakeries, and I just knew this is the one that like never disappoints. It's always consistent and it's secure. Anyways, I will stop yapping. I've got to go get ready for a shoot this afternoon and then prepare for another one tomorrow, but it was so nice to be able to try the pastry before it actually rolls out onto the menu. We will all go over the mood board together before we start shooting, but do you have all of the different outfit options? Because I'll lay them out on the bed.
Yeah, well, I feel like I have everything. You don't understand how stressful this was. I don't know, this is what it was, yeah? Like, is this what you're after? Yeah, so I just got a black and a white.
Amazing.
Like anyone with like a mustache on their face.
Hello my friends, let me just catch you up. This is my last day here in Melbourne, and this morning I went straight to the gym. I did a little bit of filming for a gym video that I'll be putting out. I think I'll make it a YouTube video as well as a reel, and it will be talking about how to create aesthetic gym content even if your gym is not aesthetic and clean looking, especially if you have a lot of color and distracting patterns in the background. So if you're into creating content in the gym, you're not going to want to miss my next video. I rarely do YouTube videos in the gym because it takes so long to create and edit. It's time to check out from the place that I'm staying at, so I've got to just quickly make some lunch, pack up my things and get out of there. And then it's straight off to the airport and then back home to Sydney tonight. Checkout is soon and I hate rushing, so I'll speak to you soon. On my way to the airport now. It was a short but sweet trip.